I'm good. Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm waiting. Yeah.
We turned to a grown ass man.
You can't see your full head. All right, there you go. Welcome back to another edition of Fancy Pants Fantasy. I'm Joe, better known as Phil. Joined with Cam, better known
as Raj. There it is.
And Andrew, better known as something.
Lord Zotin. Can you get that right?
Lord Zotin.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, boys, another year. Podcast. Well, we all know what happened last year. Philly, unsurprisingly to nobody, pulled off the championship. And now we're back to see if Philly can defend his title or if someone's going to steal from him. So without further ado, let's get started. First off, we got to talk about the rule changes. Any of them this year?
Rule changes here, Phil. We got a lot of rule changes here.
Harry wasn't happy about them. Harry wasn't happy about them.
Are we going to start with the auction draft? What are we going to start with?
What?
Are we going to start with the auction draft, or what are we going to do?
We're going to start with the scoring change, which might be the biggest one we've made. I would say by far the biggest one we've made. Let's start with you, please. Sticky, do you know what the scoring rule change is?
I'm going to be completely honest. I really don't know.
Okay, that's not surprising, and I appreciate it.
Inform me. This is the first time I'm honestly hearing about it.
If you had to guess what it was, if I put a gun to your head and said, what is the new scoring for Awesome League 3, what would you say?
I heard it was a half PPR. I couldn't be honest, though.
That's what Freddie thought, so, I mean, you're pretty close.
I'm pretty close.
You're not close, but you're not alone.
All I know is that Team Burrito is not a fan of it. That's all I know.
Yeah, well, he's not a fan of most things. Although, when he finally read the article 4 months after I wrote it, he was okay with it. Cameron, can you tell us what the score change is?
Yeah, sure. Why not? So no half PPR. Sorry, guys. But it's just putting more weight on yardage. You get roughly 0.13 points per yard, which
0.13 as opposed to 0.1.
Correct.
Which pretty much means 100 yards, you get 13 points instead of 100. Which is like a +3 bonus, but it's not just stipulated on you getting 100 yards.
So you asked me to explain it. Do you just want to explain it, or what?
I know. I just think
let him finish. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Unbelievable.
Please continue. By the way, today's podcast is sponsored by Luna de Luna Chardonnay. Luna de Luna, put it in your mouth. You feel great. So, team, have a glass.
Oh man, that's good.
It's the spot, right? It's the spot.
I mean, it makes me want to sing, kind of.
Oh, I mean, no one's stopping you, Steve. If you want to sing, go ahead and sing.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, he's fine. Okay.
All right. So with the rule change, we wanted to make it that roughly 70 yards and a touchdown was equal to 100 yards. Correct?
That's correct.
Very
so
touchdown is equal to 100 yards.
Well, we went based off of the 70 yards touchdown, what it would be equivalent to yardage-wise, and we came up with 4 points for a rushing and receiving touchdown versus 0.13 per yard. So it averages out to 13 points for 100 yards, and I think it's 12.9.
Think you falling?
I'm listening. I'm looking at some stats from last year.
Sorry.
And so 70 yards and a touchdown is actually 12.9. So it's as close as we could get it. It just gets it closer to what we think is more valuable to real football, which being yardage is more important than goal line scores. But obviously, with the new scoring, you want guys that do both because they will help you.
Does this affect running backs more than wide receivers, though?
What's up?
Does it affect wide receivers more than running backs? I'm just looking at this right now.
Why do you think that?
Because I'm looking at this right now, and it goes Antonio, Julio, Brandon Marshall.
For what?
From last season. So, like, I mean, Brandon Marshall's the third best running back from last season.
Wide receiver. He plays wide receiver. I think he was in standard, wasn't he not? Maybe Odell.
Odell is fifth.
Odell missed a game.
Allen Robinson.
Would missing one game mean anything?
Who's fourth?
It hurts your player rank.
DeAndre would be fourth.
Okay. So Odell, I don't know what he was in standard. What was he in standard?
I couldn't.
You know that?
I couldn't tell you what standard.
I believe the top 5 was Antonio, Julio, Brandon Marshall, DeAndre Hopkins.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So it didn't really change all that much, did it?
I'm just.
Well, no, it's all right. Nice thing.
I think it affects running backs a little bit more because they have more total yards where you get rushing and receiving.
So the scoring change would affect running backs more than wide receivers? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it depends because like a guy like Jeremy Hill didn't have many yards, but he had 11 touchdowns, you know. And a guy like Darren McFadden had over 1,000 rushing yards, and he had like 3 touchdowns, and they were the same in standard. When Darren
I'll just say it's more common in the running back position because they accumulate yards multiple ways, whereas wide receivers you don't see them typically getting a lot
That's
of
true. I feel like
rushing
wide
yards.
receivers still. I think if you look at who had the highest total yards last year, probably receivers had like the top 20. I'm sure there's more receivers than running backs because they usually get more yards.
Passing league.
All right. Does it affect tight end at all? I'm just still looking at Rob Gronkowski, and he's still kind of demolishing.
We have to move on. Sorry.
Cam Newton's still top 3.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so the keeper league was hotly debated by some, and it ended up passing. I think we scored the 7-10 vote, which with the new 7-10 rule still passes. But we were talking today, there might be an issue with that because if we decide to switch to an auction draft, the keeper league rules, which is you have to forfeit the draft pick that you took the guy, and now becomes a little out of whack. My question to you guys is, what should we do? Should we get rid of the keeper league? Should we vote on the auction league like today and decide if the auction league is going to pass? If the auction league passes, get rid of the keeper league? Or do we find a way to keep the auction league and the keeper league? You know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean, Jellybean.
Oh, please, take the floor.
I really think we should keep the
You
auction.
call me Joey Bean?
Jellybean. I know what you mean, Jellybean. You know,
These are Joey Bean.
come on now. If we keep the auction league, like, it leaves a little more leeway per person. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want AP, not saying anything particular.
Absolutely.
Like,
I know.
AP,
That's not the question. Everybody agrees auction league is the better way to draft. My question is, the keeper league system, do you know what the keeper league system is? Do you get to keep one guy? All right, listen. You get to keep one guy you draft. Next year, you have to give up that draft pick. So if I draft Cam Newton in the 8th round, I have to give up an 8th round pick next year.
That's
But with the auction league, there's not going to be any rounds. So we don't know what to do about that. You can give up Cam Newton's auction price and subtract that from your budget. I don't know.
Well,
I
like,
don't think
you take him to
like,
the 8th
I'm
round.
going
There's
to pass
no
it
way
up to Cameron, who I think is more equipped. Cameron, can you give us an answer?
I think the auction needs to be put on the back burner right now. We are roughly about a week, maybe 2 weeks from the
I
draft.
might affect the draft strategy, that was why I'm saying.
I don't know. What are you gonna? Oh, I want to take somebody else in round 12 because he might hit. I don't know.
Let's have a vote. I think we should just have a vote about it, and we'll talk about
I
it.
just think it should be on the back burner. Everyone focus on who they're.
Yeah, but then people
Well,
say that and they start screaming at me next year. You know, it's a thankless job being the commissioner. If I don't talk about it today, then
We should come up with a rule that if the auction passes for next year, what we do if we want to keep one player at where they were drafted, whether it's correlated to a dollar amount or whatnot. I think that's the best way to go about it, rather than just say, oh, we're doing an auction next year, no keeper.
okay.
But that's just me.
So, are you guys on board? This is a quick one. Draft day, Labor Day, which is the day after EZC, which means
at 5 o'clock p.m.
maybe hungover.
Yeah,
I mean, before, but we have to rally. I think we'll do it at night You guys want it at night? Is that okay with you guys? Does that work with you
I have
guys?
class the next day.
Oh, come on. What are you going to do? Study?
Alright, I have class the next day as well, Cameron. That's
We'll do it at 8 o'clock.
30.
You'll be done by 10.
8 o'clock. I thought there was a barbecue. We're doing the barbecue.
We can make it at 6. I don't care.
Barbecue starts at 12. Come on.
Noon?
Noon.
I'm not waking up till 2:30 that day. So
Oh, guess you're missing
Labor Day, it'll happen at some point. As long as I think that's the best day.
I think we should just start doing it on Labor Day. I feel like that's the best bet.
We could do the MFL 10. We could do one pick every 8 hours. And as
No.
long as we're done by
That's really.
game,
I don't like that idea.
every 8 hours. It would just keep going for like a week.
No.
Okay.
That's so stupid. That's
You sure? Why not?
I want this to happen. I want to know what my team is. I want to make some trades. Like, come on now. I'm not.
I know you're trading Lolo. You just get on the phone, you start texting people. I know how you are. That's okay. I
You
understand
can
that.
trade for Ricky Williams. We know.
All right, we have to talk about the toilet bowl agreement punishment.
All right, yeah. I want to get.
Wait.
I have no idea what these things were. I literally thought. Last.
First, the agreement is the loser, which we will define in a second. The loser has to post a video to Facebook of that. What's with the face, Cameron?
There's no phase. I'm listening to you explain it. Relax.
If you want to be here, you can just sign.
I'm waiting.
The loser.
Cheers.
Lunar Chardonnay. Cheers. Proud sponsor of Fancy Pants Fantasy.
It
loser-
gets worse every time.
The loser has to post a video of them singing a song of the winner's choice, or posting a rap of the winner can choose the background music.
Wait.
And the winner will get to type out the caption to the video on
I got a
Facebook.
question about the rap. I got a question about the rap. Do we make our own rap, or do we have to cover a rap?
No, you have to post an original rap or sing a song. Like, you either cover a song or post an original rap. It'll probably end up being a song. But the winner gets to post a caption. So if Stiggy loses, I could be like, "This is to Brianna Tracy. I love you so much." And the song will be like, "I will always love you."
That was my idea.
I know.
I'll make my idea.
I can guarantee you I'll make it.
My idea.
Okay.
That's bullshit. That's
But there is some discrepancy on what the winner or what the loser should be. Me, for example, I believe the loser's bracket is intensified and it's made way more, it's made important as opposed to everybody just giving up once you lose the playoffs. I think it adds significant. It's kind of like the All-Star game in basketball or football or baseball. If you have it mean something, they'll try. I don't like the loser's bracket just because everybody doesn't give a shit and we don't care anymore. I like it to be very intense, just as the playoffs for the winners is intense, and you fight so you don't have to fucking post that video. However, you guys are saying, Cameron, because you lost last year and didn't do anything, you were saying that because you were one game out of the playoffs, you deserve some leeway because you were so close to the playoffs, but because you lost the loser's bracket, it shouldn't mean anything. So I'm curious, do you guys think it should be the person with the worst record, or do you think it should be the person that loses the loser's bracket? But if it's the worst record, then the loser's bracket does not matter anymore.
all right. Can I go back to the baseball segment you said, like the All-Star game?
All-Star game.
Well, the thing is, they still some people in that game still have a chance of making. Everyone thinks they have a chance of making the playoffs, aka the World Series.
The All-Star game has
In
nothing.
the losers bracket, they have no chance of making it. They're only playing for
Right, but I don't like when the last 4 weeks for the losers is just like, I don't give a fuck.
Fantasy football is completely different than baseball.
It's way more exciting. It's way more exciting.
It's not. AKA, sorry, Freddie, but you went 2-10. Cameron went 5-7. There was a 4-way tie for 6th place. That he couldn't do anything about.
Right. I came in 3rd and I won the league.
They did win the league. All right.
Cameron was that much better than Freddie. You should have been the playoffs.
We all know you won the league. But Cameron didn't place 2-10. We all got a record.
But no one is acknowledging the fact that if you went if he lost to all 6 other teams, all 5 other teams in the playoffs, then he didn't really do that well. Don't you agree with that? He had to beat one team out of 5.
I think it should honestly be the worst record.
All right, you think then the losers bracket?
Put that in a thing. I think it should be
not really do it.
It's bullshit. That's
All
bullshit.
all right. Cameron, it looks like you have something to say. Go ahead and say it.
No, I think the losers bracket should mean something. I just think that it's hard to quantify how good or bad a team is going into the losers bracket. Like Stiggy said, Freddie won 2 games last year. I finished 1 game out of the playoffs, and then my team sucks for 3 or 4 weeks.
You can't have it both ways. Either have it mean something, or you don't have it mean anything. You have the worst record. What would you choose?
No, fuck this.
I don't agree that somebody should be penalized for their team sucking for the last 4 weeks when their team already sucked enough to not get in the playoffs. But if you
didn't we do seeding last year? Should we do seeding? I don't know if we did. I think we did seeding last year, based on record. So you would play if you were like 5th place, you would play the worst team in the league in 1 week, and all you have to do is beat that worst team.
I don't think that happened. I don't remember if that happened or not.
Okay, would that be more fair if we did seeding based on all you? If you just missed the playoffs, you should be able to beat the worst team in the league. And we can change this, like, because there are 4 weeks but 6 teams, so it's either
also
2-1-1 or 1-1-2, something like that. So we could alter it to make it so that the worst team has the least chance of winning. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying also because in the end of the season, teams don't play their best players. I may be wrong in this, but teams
but we end in week 16 now, so that's not really an issue.
It may be an issue though. Is that not an
issue? All you have, if you are one team, all you have to do is win the first matchup, the second matchup, or the third matchup. You get 3 matchups.
Playing with Cameron, who was your number 1 running back last year?
Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram got me to 5 and 7, and then he got hurt, so I didn't have him in the toilet bowl. Yeah.
See, happens.
All right, if you're undefeated and your best player goes down, I lost Jamal Charles. He was my first round pick.
But by the time I lost Mark Ingram, I had no inclination of picking up Tim Hightower to win the toilet bowl. Is all I'm saying.
You're wrong, this Phil. I'm just saying you're wrong.
Right, so you think all right.
I think the toilet bowl should mean something, and I think you should do it based off of seeding. I just think it's hard to know who really the worst team was based off the toilet bowl when I can finish.
But that's like the playoffs too. You know, like I probably didn't have the best team all year, but it's like it goes both ways. Like sometimes you have the best team and they don't come up in the. It's kind of like it's just fantasy. It's just kind of the fun of it.
Yeah, no,
but the worst
let's
team standings wise, and we should have the best team standing wise win. You know, it's not always fair, but it's more fun.
That's why there's playoffs in every sport,
Right.
And then the worst team in most sports gets the first pick because they suck the most. They don't just go into this little battle royale for who comes in last.
So I mean, so are you saying that you wish that the worst team, the team that scores the least amount of points or has the worst record, loses?
What do you mean they lose? Obviously.
Like they're the toilet bowl loser. Like if Freddie would have been.
I think that looking at a 12-game schedule of the regular season gives a better overall picture of who the best and worst team was than a four snapshot.
Taking a long time here.
I think that the toilet bowl should mean something. I just don't know if it's accurately depicting who the worst team was, and they should be penalized for just having a bad couple-game stretch.
Why don't you use the toilet bowl game as extra seasons for the people that didn't make the playoffs and use it as towards your regular season record?
What?
They say obviously the people that made the playoffs, they play for the money, they play for the glory, they play for the championship. The people that play the toilet bowl season, add that to the regular season record. So say Freddie that went 2-10. Obviously he didn't went 2-10 because he won a couple games.
You're saying if you win the toilet bowl, if Freddie went 2-10 and he wins the toilet bowl, he gets 3 more wins?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. and say I
All
went.
right, well, hey, we can talk about this later, but we have to. No one's gonna watch this, so we have to keep going.
All right, next topic. What's up?
I want to just throw in one more thing. Terry thought I was being then I didn't say whatever the fuck I want. And then Terry was mad about it, so he tried to enact his kicker's rule, and he received 2 votes out of 10 people. So can we all just take a minute to acknowledge that I am not a dictator as a commish, and maybe just say something nice about Philly? Stiggy, we'll start with you. Just say one thing nice about me, because I'm doing my best. I really want this league to be as good as it can be, and I think that's sometimes interpreted. Oh, Stiggy just left. I feel like sometimes that's interpreted as me being a dictator. It's not true. Cameron, you held me with the scoring. We talked about the keeper.
Yeah, you just lagged really hard, but I think you make it a priority. There's Stiggy. You make it a priority to keep the league on its toes, keep it improving.
Can you give me some more Chardonnay?
You lagged like big time.
Okay, can you just say something like, do you think I'm
You did
bad
lag.
here, or do you think I really try to promote?
No, you're a great commissioner.
Just say in the camera, please.
He's a great commissioner.
Thank you. Why?
Oh,
Because my rule changes are not.
No, they're not.
They're not. They're for the best of the league,
ordinary.
right?
They're in the best of the league.
They're in the best interest of the league.
The thing is, he also asked for everyone's approval, even though we're doing a 70. What is it? 70-30?
7/10 rule?
7/10 rule.
Just
bring
like
up
slavery.
Bring up the 7.
Yeah, we already did 7/10 rule. You need 7 out of 10 people, just like 2 out of 5 black people counted as a vote. That's close. All right, now we're moving on, Cam. Stiggy's getting me some Chardonnay. Come on, Zoe, hurry up.
We're out of Chardonnay.
Are you kidding me? Stig, give me a beer then, please.
Stiggy, can I get a
Chardonnay. That's pretty good, actually. Let's put that down.
my 6-pack?
All right, first
Yeah.
pick in the 2016 draft. Cameron, who's it going to be?
You never know with Fonz. Might be Andre Johnson.
I haven't.
Might be Todd Gurley. You never know.
Why? You texting me?
She's texting me.
Who?
My mom.
She texting me. Texting me.
Well, she is texting you, yeah, but you're
All
not.
right, tell her my phone's dead. I'll charge it. Thanks. That was for the. All right, guys, come on, we're live, man. What'd you say, Cameron?
I said it's Fonz, so you never know. He might take Andre Johnson. It might be Todd Gurley. I'm gonna say Antonio Brown. I think he.
It's the consensus.
It's the consensus, and maybe Fonz. He passed the Series 6. He got a little smarter. Pencil it in, Antonio Brown.
Okay, number 2, Cam.
Number 2 is interesting. Apparently, Joey's been watching a lot of TV because he's unemployed.
I couldn't believe it.
And
I was sitting at his
showing
house
home.
the other day, and we were just sitting there, and he was like, "Oh shit, Hard Knocks is on." He was like, "Oh my god, Hard Knocks." I was like, "Oh, you watch Hard Knocks?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I love Hard Knocks." Yo, like Todd Gurley, man. I know I shouldn't say this, but I really like him. I mean, I know I'm kind of influenced by TV and everything, but wow, like he's the man. Todd Gurley's the man. So I think he's gonna take Todd Gurley just because he watched it. And I was like, Joey, that's a really bad draft. He was like, I don't care, man. Todd Gurley's the man. I think he's gonna take Todd Gurley just because of Hard Knocks. If it wasn't for Hard Knocks, he probably would have taken a wide receiver. But I don't know. What do you think? You think Todd Gurley?
Yeah, when we discussed this before the Fancy Pants Fantasy podcast, we put in Todd Gurley. I was hoping maybe he would take Julio,
Why?
but it just all depends on what's in the Sports Illustrated magazine this year. Could be
True.
Jordy Nelson, number 2. You never know. You never know what they're going to put in there.
All right, number 3, Terry. Ian suggested to me he's going to trade down in the draft. I don't buy it. Zoteam, welcome back to the podcast.
Sorry, I had to do some things.
Zoteam, number 3, Terry. Who do you think he's going to take?
I couldn't tell you. I don't really know.
Okay. I think it's going to be Julio Jones because he's a Julio Jones fanboy through and through. If he doesn't like Julio Jones, he's an absolute traitor. You agree?
Does that mean you need to take Thomas Rawls?
Julio Jones? Are you kidding me? You can that fall to 4.
We are not discussing the third round today. We are discussing the fourth.
Thomas.
All I know is Christine Michael looks pretty good preseason. So you never know. Okay, let's continue. Number 4 is yours truly, Philly, and I will tell you that if those 3 go off the board, I am taking Odell Beckham Jr. with my first pick. Number 5 is Anthony, and I can tell you from me and his private conversations, David Johnson is looking pretty good. I know he likes a few other guys, but David Johnson is a name to look out for. I would guarantee he goes in the top 5. Cameron doesn't approve. So, team, do you approve with David Johnson? Do you like him?
I really couldn't tell you anything about David Johnson.
Okay. At least you're honest about it. Let's continue. Number 6 is Matthew Gilbert, and I will go to our current Matthew Gilbert insider, who is Cameron Diaz, who has a scoop on Matt Gilbert.
All right, so I was approached by Matthew Joseph Gilbert approximately 37 hours ago. He's done no research, so I know he's a busy man. Well, he's liked by most, but you need to give some attention to Awesome League 3.
He can spare.
And he's looking for some safety in the first round. He's not looking to take Ezekiel Elliott, who's a high upside guy. And I'm on board with that. And he wants some safety, and I recommended DeAndre Hopkins. Sorry, Chris. But he thinks Dez is a better option. Thinks Dez is as good as DeAndre, and I can't.
Even off the injury?
I wouldn't pick Dez in my life depending on it.
I can't disagree with him. It's all preference at that point. I think Dez is a lock for 8 to 10 touchdowns at least if he's healthy, and Romo stays healthy behind that offensive line. So.
All right, fair.
Yo, Dez doesn't know how to catch a football. I wouldn't pick him in my life.
Yeah. Okay, number 8 is number 7 is who is that, Cam?
Go Blue. It's Fred actually.
Right.
Joey.
And we decided that Fred will be taking Ezekiel Elliott. Why?
Yeah.
Because Freddie loves the high upside flashy pick, I believe.
Yeah,
and
that's the sexy pick.
And then number 7, Ezekiel Elliott, is not a dumb pick. So, number 8, we have Cameron. I'll let Cam take this one away.
Yeah, I'm kind of with. Well, Gilbert texted me. I gave him my opinion. In my opinion, first round, you don't want to draft a bust like Jeremy Hill last year, who's an idiot and did that. I don't know. Maybe me. But I'm going to take his teammate, A.J. Green. He's had 1,000 yards in his first 5 seasons. They lost their next best 2 receivers in Marvin Jones and Mohamed Sanu. Shout out Rutgers. Eifert's hurt, so A.J. Green's going to get a ridiculous amount of targets. I like him in the first round. He should be pretty safe. And
Gilbert's going to take him probably because of all this you're saying. You might want to.
Oh yeah, I'll just make sure Matt doesn't watch this. We'll be good.
Okay, number 9. Who's 9 again?
I think it's S.I. Platypus.
S.I. Platypus, which we will be talking about.
Can we go over that name real quick?
Wait, no, shh. Number 9, we think he's in DeAndre Hopkins. Number 10 is Zotine. Zotine, everybody and their grandmother is expecting you to pick Rob Gronkowski. Will you clear the air? Will you take Gronk at 10?
I will be taking Gronk at 10.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
And ESPN alert, Siggy will be taking Gronk at 10. And number 11, you're in an interesting position because Des Bryant off the board, according to our.
I'll probably be taking Le'Veon Bell. I'm kind of
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No, you're a liar.
Wait. We had someone else on we had someone else. You can't do this to us right now. If you want to, go ahead. You're gonna take Le'Veon before AP. Is what you're saying?
I'll probably be taking AP. But
all right, we don't know. AP.
We'll do whatever the viewers think. Can't go wrong either way. All right, we got to keep going. We got to speed this up. Number 12, Chris Allen Robinson. Surprise, surprise. Matt Harmon fanboy. We know. 13. Who's 13?
This guy.
You?
Yeah.
Lamar Miller. obviously.
I'm all aboard the hype train.
He's Arian Foster, but better. 14, we have
Never said that.
Freddie.
But okay.
Wait, Cam, would you take AP or Lamar?
If they both fell to 13.
What'd you say?
If they both fell to 13.
Yeah.
Probably AP.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. 14, we have Freddie. We said Le'Veon Bell. Was that Freddie? Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. 15, Gilbert. We have Jamal Charles. Because even though he has done no research, he's not an idiot. And Jamal Charles at 15 is a great value. 16, we have Anthony, or Anthony as I call him. And I know from discussions with him that he's high on Brandon Marshall. Anthony, don't trust anybody. And then 17, if this was my situation, I would not be too pleased. I would probably try to trade down, but considering we have a minute per pick, I would probably pick Jordy Nelson. 18 is Terry. We know the Guerreros are high on Roto World, and whatever they say is the Bible. So Eddie Lacy.
That's so
Roto World or Matthew Berry, actually.
I mean, I think everybody. I mean, I think
Why are they fucking
high
going
on
Little World?
hype. They're high on hype.
Hype.
So because Eddie Lacy lost 20 pounds in the offseason, he is going to be the dominant player he was 2 years ago. Even though last preseason game he still looked fat as shit, and everyone made a huge deal because he ran for 45 yards. I didn't see one broken tackle in that game, but Eddie Lacy, I think Andrew's high on the hype.
Yeah, but you're still going against offensive linemen. Come on now. You can't just give him that off season. He's going against weak ass bitches. Like, come on now.
Weak ass bitches. You said it perfectly. And then number 19, we have who's 19? Joey.
Taking the
come back
Devonta
Devonta Freeman at 19. I mean, I'm not high on Devonta. Good value at 19. You guys
It's on Sports Illustrated, though. Devonta's
Illustrated. They love him. Cam, wasn't he picked the fantasy MVP by the bitch on the show? You remember that?
Yep.
Because on Fantasy Footballers, when they had their MVP episode, they picked some bitch picked Devonta Freeman.
Oh, yeah, the girl picked her.
He got targeted a shit ton.
Devonta Freeman's getting way too much hate right now.
There's so much hate. And the reason why there's hate, bitch, because he's really not good at football. He just caught a lot of passes. He averaged 4 yards a carry. But I guess you could say his opportunity is huge, but I don't know if Tevin is going to... And then we have 20, which is Alphonse, and I think Doug Martin just makes sense there for Fonz. You know, he's kind of simple when it comes to fantasy football. Doug Martin had 1,400 yards last year. It's a no-brainer, right? For Fonz. Hey, you think you can take Doug Martin? Yeah.
Well, Doug Martin is a weak ass bitch. I mean, look at him. He made a horrible trade in the fucking last season. He's on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's get over this fact that they're never going to do anything as a team. So they're just going to be fucking running him. Give it to Fonz. They're going to be running him a lot. Why? That's so stupid. He's not going to do shit next year.
Preach.
Thank you.
I'll wait. Now that I do, I get it. A weak ass bitch on a weak ass bitch team, they're never gonna do anything. He's a pussy ass fag.
Boom.
He was fantasy third best running back last year, but he's still a weak ass bitch.
Believe that.
Believe me. All right, there we have it. Top 20. We're not gonna do any more because we have no time. Let's talk about awards. So, Zoteen, I'm going to start with you. I'll go to Cameron, then me. Give me your best pick from 2015.
I'm going to go with Cam Newton.
Oh, that was my pick, Zones.
Yeah, but I want you to pick my pick. So I'm going to pick Cam Newton.
I'll find another way. Why Cam Newton, Sting?
No, but he was picked being best quarterback coming off that 2014 season. Are you kidding me? Nobody knew that he would only lose one game that season. He was
What pick?
rushing, passing, anything he did. He was
What
killing
pick
it.
was he?
7th round.
He was the 105th pick last year.
Better. That helps me a case. 105th pick.
105th pick, Cam Newton. He was among the likes. Hold on. I mean, I'm a little flattered you picked me because I was going to talk about myself, but now that you picked me, he was picked the round 11 behind Niall Davis. All right, let's start round 10. Eddie Royal, Alfred Blue, Marcus Wheaton, Doug Baldwin, Zach Ertz, Duke Johnson. Okay, well, Doug Baldwin's a great pick by you, Stiggy. Great pick, dude. Great pick. Devonta Freeman, Dwayne Allen, Devontae Parker, Owen Daniels, Niall Davis, Charles Sims, D'Angelo Williams, Kendall Wright, and then Cam Newton. So yeah, you're right. It was a pretty sick pick. Thank you for acknowledging that. Cameron, who is your best pick?
Scrolling through right now.
Niall Davis.
You were supposed to be prepared for this.
Absolute shit pick.
Who?
Niall Davis? Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, Chris obviously was pretty high on Niall Davis.
Fuck was Niall Davis?
He wasn't even the handcuff.
I'm gonna
Dude,
try and
Points the most in any game.
I said I'm gonna try and look for somebody that I know ended up on their
I
team.
thought we had this figured out beforehand. I'll go while you look.
I'm ready. All right, cool. Keep going. Nope.
You have
keep
one?
going. Nope. Keep going.
I mean, I thought we had this plan. My pick would have to be 107, Tom Brady. Tom Brady. Because at the time, Tom was going to serve his 4-game suspension. But let me tell you, Stiggy might look dumb, but he has the foresight like none other. He knew that Tom Brady was going to win that appeal and that he was going to play the whole season. Oh, God, he's coming up here now. He finished as the 3rd best quarterback last year. Well, I kind of struggle. Oh, God, what is it? Let's go! Tom Brady! That hurt. Oh my God! I heard him. Oh my God! That was like the worst pain.
Stiggy.
Stiggy. Go back downstairs. The natty light saying.
No, I need a
I was someone else. Ow, that hurts so bad.
Okay.
All right, Tom Brady, 3rd best quarterback, picked 107th.
Shut the fuck off. He was the best quarterback.
He was the 3rd best quarterback. Who was the 2nd best?
Russell Wilson. Bullshit.
Who you also
Wait,
picked?
who also picked Russell Wilson? I did. Oh my god.
His is so small.
All right,
All right, Cam. You
I have 2 nominations.
Oh,
Doug Baldwin
faster.
in the 10th by Stiggy.
Oh!
How did this kid not make the playoffs?
2 of the best 3 picks.
But I'm gonna give it to Nature Boy himself, the Sports Illustrated walking advertisement. Devonta Freeman in the 10th round, #1 running back. Tevin Coleman won the starting job out of camp, but it's always good to handcuff your running backs, and the #1 running back in Devonta Freeman just got the job done. 10th round,
The
can't
Sports
beat it.
Illustrated scholar strikes again.
Unbelievable. Natty Light, baby.
Natty Light. Bud Light Natty. Alright. Now,
What's
I
next?
need the worst pick. I'll start. My worst pick. Okay, so mine was the 38th pick. So, this was the, 4th round?
No.
30, yeah, 4th round.
Favorite. No.
I know, it hurts, but he needs to be punished. He picked Devontae with the 38th pick because hype. Jordy Nelson gets hurt.
Done.
Aaron Rodgers is
hype.
the next man up is Devontae Adams. He is going to have a wide receiver 2 floor and a ceiling of a top 10 receiver, right? Oh, I don't think he even looked at who the guy was that he was picking. He just
Wah,
said, whoever
wah,
was in that role,
wah.
Devontae Adams. He could have had Amari Cooper. He could have had Jerry Matling. He could have had Keenan Allen, even though he got hurt. Keenan Allen was pretty picked by yours truly, Cammy D. He could have had Jay Stu, my pick. He could have had Doug Martin by his older, wiser brother, Alfonso.
Is wiser the right term there, though?
Greg Olson, Brandon Marshall, the third best receiver, Jarvis Landry. He could have closed his eyes and scrolled on the screen and clicked, and he probably would have had. He would have been hard pressed to not have a better player than Devontae Adams. I'm sorry, favorite. I love you, but I got to give credit where credit is due. You made the worst pick of 2015. Cameron, who is your worst pick of 2015?
Oof. I'm going to go honorable mention here to Melvin Gordon. I was telling you guys not to buy into the hype. Nobody listened.
Cameron knows his running backs. Let me tell you. I was going to
don't
pick
know my
Melvin
running
Gordon
backs,
next pick.
But I knew Melvin Gordon wasn't going to be good.
He's going to be good this year.
However, my least favorite and worst pick was the beginning of round 6, number 51 overall. My apologies. Andre Johnson, second year in a row, he's the worst pick. 2 years ago was Fonz, this year was Freddie. Right after Andre Johnson this past year, Todd Gurley, Julian Edelman, Greg Olson, Brandon Marshall, Jarvis Landry, Allen Robinson, all in the same round.
Oh my God, I can't breathe. Oh my God.
It hurts. I know it does.
He took all his.
I'm sorry.
Why did he even take? What do you think was the upside there? Because 10 years ago he was good on the Colts. He has Andrew Luck. Oh my God.
So a lot of good names in that round, and
Oh.
it just
Do you
looks.
agree? I think he could have closed his eyes and taken a better player.
Maybe he needed one eye, but he probably could have done it with no eyes.
Andre Johnson. Oh my God. He was really bad. Zotine, up to you now, Sport.
No, I was just waiting.
Yeah, who's your worst pick, Sting?
Oh God,
You didn't have one ready to go?
I really had no idea. All right, I'm gonna say
Oh God, no, I didn't know you were gonna say.
AJ Green. Horrible pick.
What?
I had no idea. Pass.
We literally talked. We had like a meeting before this.
I know. We had a meeting, but fuck that. I'm not ready for this. Next pick.
All right. Now we're gonna end this off with best team name and worst team name.
That's what I want.
Do we agree on the best team name, or do you guys each have your own opinion?
I really have a worst team name. I really have the worst team name right now.
All right. Well, let's do best first. I'm gonna pick my team name. I think mine was one of the best team names, not even in our league, but in the history of fantasy.
I have the best team name right now.
Hide when Grandma cooks green stew.
Who's Grandma?
Okay, fine. You can say Grandma.
Yeah.
I had 4 players in the team
When
name.
Grandma? Who's when?
Comical, and it made sense. Yeah. As Siggy, your name before I gave it to you was the Blunt Master, which nobody thought was funny, nobody enjoyed.
Well,
And then
I don't care.
I graced you with my genius and gave you Yodelahee-hoo, which is fucking hilarious. Cameron?
Best team name. Even though Fonz did not change it after he traded Doug Martin for some reason
Not if
that
I
I'll
made
never
you
know.
Trade the guy that's in your fucking team name. You have to change the team name.
Breeze drinks Gurley just got the
Yes.
Cameron, wait, quick aside. Cameron never knew what girly meant. He thought it was like girthy.
That's
He was like, "What the fuck is a girly martini?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like girly, like girls?" He was like, "Oh, I thought it was like girthy." I just want to get that out there. You never knew what girly meant, which kind of amazed me because it sounds exactly the same as Gurley.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Gurley, like
Yeah, well-
martinis are Gurley.
Yeah,
I thought it was actually kind of clever from Vine.
exactly. I agree.
But
That's what I want to nominate as the best.
great Doug Martin, you have to get rid of it.
I
That's
agree.
the best
But
That's the best.
in terms of creativity and the flow of the team name, like it's up there. I just don't want to give you credit for your team name, so I'm gonna go.
Wait, so who's the worst?
Roll Tide is the worst.
Team Burrito.
Team Burrito's pretty bad.
Team Burrito is horrible.
It was funny in mock draft season, but we expected a change because he was like going undercover to like see the mock draft. But come on, Team Burrito. What do you?
There's
Like,
also this guy named Chris Peterson. His name's Ben.
SI Platypus.
That's Stiggy's. That's Stiggy's. Stiggy, who's your worst team name?
I got a tie for worst.
No, just give your worst.
Three-way tie for worst.
Just go.
Three-way. SI Platypus, Roll Tide, and Team Burrito. Change your phone.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that's what we all agree on.
Come on now. Come on.
Roll Tide, which is just like you don't give a fuck about the league anymore. Roll Tide.
But Roll Tide because you're a fan of Alabama. All right, we get it.
Oh yes. All right, I'll just put JTS. Like fuck you. And then
Team Burrito.
like all right, you like Chipotle.
Burritos. All right.
And SI Platypus has been the same fucking name since he was like 8 years old. Like get a fucking new name.
Platypuses are the worst fucking animal ever in the entire fucking eternity.
Amen, dude.
I just want to say that.
So, let's see. It's always Murray in Philadelphia. Yeah, I think you could have brainstormed a little more than that. El Rio de Gio, that's all right. Oh, Stiggy just left. Anyway, El Rio de Gio, not bad. Photos have been Phillies for. I just like the rest of the league. Nature Boy and Friends. Would you agree that the rest of the league is just kind of falling behind me? And perhaps that's why I won, because that level of dedication is just like, it's unmatched. Like, I mean, every other name in the league, you can't find one name that's even close to as funny as mine. And you can't find one team in the league that was even close to beating mine.
No.
I think it's just like, maybe it's dedication. Maybe I try too hard, but come on, these names are so like. Besides Yodelehi, which I came up with, Team Burrito, El Rio de Gio, it's always Murray. I don't know. Maybe I should just appoint team names from this point. Nature Boy and Friends. I even came up with Nature Boy. Maybe I'm just in a different strategy. I don't know. Photos have been Philly's forte. SI Platypus has been a name for like 10 years. I don't know. You guys have any thoughts on that or what?
I think you need to shut the fuck up and end the podcast.
That's it?
Yep.
Stig?
I kind of exited out of mine by accident.
So we agree I had the best name and I won the league.
We agree that you're a pompous asshole and you need to shut up.
It's fine with me. I definitely had the best name.
No, you don't.
Definitely had the best team.
You don't.
Probably going to win the 4th ring again this year.
No.
Is that sad?
It's all right. The one thing I'm good at in life is fantasy football, and I'm willing to accept that.
Play the theme song. Play it.
All right, hold on. I just think get
What the fuck up?
the fuck out of here.
What the thing?
I don't have it. Do you have it? Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, stop that.
No, a nigga don't really want to take his
Stop it.
She love the way I'm doing it. So good she won't put my tattoo on it. Bottom line is you the time.
That's all for this time. Come back next time.
Fancy Pants Fantasy.
Oh!
Oh! My dick.